Well, through the crackle of a satellite phone, our next guests heard two words: "Hi, Dad." This call putting an end to days of anguish, not knowing if their daughter Steph would return home. Well, Steph Weiss, along with three other Aussies, found drifting off the coast of Indonesia more than 30 hours after their boat capsized. Let's bring in Steph's parents, Jill and Wayne, in Sydney's northern beaches. Oh, guys, have you taken a deep breath yet?
Yeah, we certainly have. It's been an amazing roller coaster.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a thing when I think we all feared the worst, obviously hoped for the best. What was it like when you finally received that call?
It was an amazing feeling. My emotions were probably stronger than when it was when she was missing.
Yeah.
You know, I just was overcome with emotion to hear her voice.
It must have been.
So happy.
Yeah, it must have been so overwhelming. I mean, Jill, to finally hear your daughter's voice.
Well, I was downstairs because the phones just didn't stop, and I heard Wayne just scream upstairs. And I just thought, oh my God, someone's rung to tell us bad news. And then I heard him laughing, and then I heard him saying, "Hey, Steph." And it was just the most unbelievable feeling. I really was preparing myself for the worst. So to hear her voice, crackly as it was, and she sounded very tired, but she said, "I love you, but we haven't found Elliot." So she had to go, they had to go and find him. So, but we knew she was okay.
Oh my God, guys, I mean, I'm just breaking up hearing you talk about it. It's so powerful, like just to go through those emotions.
Yeah, it was a long... We found out... well, they went into the water. The boat sank at 7 o'clock at night in the storm.
Yeah, Sunday night, yeah.
So we didn't find out until the next, like, 24 hours later. But when you get a call to say your daughter's missing at sea and there's a storm and you try and be positive, friends are contacting us saying, "She's really strong, she's really tough, there are islands," but you also can't help thinking they're in the ocean. And we knew they had surfboards, but you just can't help thinking, oh my God, it's a big ocean and it's night time, and it was very scary.
Scary.
Oh, it's every parent's worst nightmare. I mean, the odds are stacked against them.
Oh, totally against them. You know, especially as we went into the second, night.
Yeah.
You know, we sort of just worked with everything we could in terms of getting in touch with all of our friends and authorities, and you know, the friends were fantastic support. But when we were going into that second night and they hadn't been found, it was a really stressful night. And then obviously the next morning, you know, from 6 a.m. through till 11 a.m. when we actually heard her voice, we were, I guess, in some respects, as you said, maybe preparing ourselves for the worst, but we were also very hopeful because of the crew of the catamaran, the Australian catamaran that tracked them down, gave us a lot of confidence that they knew where they'd be. So you know, that we were hanging on to that level of confidence from that crew, Captain Richo, and it was just amazing. Yeah.
I mean, the whole nation, I mean, this is not an understatement, the whole nation was riding that roller coaster with you the whole time, just holding out hope for the best outcome here. I mean, the elation of finally receiving word from them, you know, and then to understand how they got through it on the surfboards. I mean, how Australian.
Yes, exactly, yeah. Well, you know, we've seen the video since then of when they were located, and obviously someone had a video running on their phone, and we could hear their voices and we could see them, and we could hear our daughter Steph asking where Elliot was. Have you got Elliot? Yeah, it was just, that's such a great thing, yeah.
And we're just hearing it again. I mean,
it was a roller coaster. Yeah,
Go on, Jill.
It was
sorry.
a roller coaster because we're trying to get news, we're trying to get information. The authorities were great, but it was also, and a big thank you to all the young people, surfers, yachties, who got in contact and said, we know people over there, we've been to surf camps, the word is out there, any help we could get. And to know that so many people cared, it wasn't just here in Australia. Indonesia, I've got friends up there going, it was all the talk over there. They're all saying, what can we do? Who do we know in the area? So to think that everyone was really behind them and us was, oh, thank you, people.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
You,
And Captain Richo, who Wayne's sister got in touch with, she's a yachtie, and she was the one who put the call out to yachties in the area, and he answered. And, we need to meet you, Richo, and thank you in person.
Yeah, and the other one is Elliot's mates who did make it because they were on the second boat on Sunday night and they made it there. There was 8 of them and they just worked tirelessly. It was they never gave up. I don't think they slept. Some were on the search yachts, some were on the shore communicating and keeping us updated and touching, getting involved with the authorities to get planes in the air and stuff like that. So those 8 boys were just absolutely incredible.
It was a real team effort.
Yeah.
And I'm really sad there is still one person missing.
Yeah.
But I really feared none of them would be found. And so fingers crossed for that fellow.
Yeah.
But it's so good that it's largely a happy story. It's a happy story for us.
Definitely.
Absolutely, and we were all...
But we didn't think it would be that way.
Yeah, no, that's right. We were all in. And those people on the boat, absolute heroes, friends and Indonesians alike. I mean, coming to their rescue like that. When Steph does eventually return, Jill, I bet you'll give her the squeeze of a lifetime. I mean, she's still going to stay there and celebrate Elliot's birthday, though, isn't she?
That's right.
Oh, we did speak to both of them on the island, and considering their ordeal, they were shaky and I think still, adrenaline because they paddled for 37 hours.
Yeah.
And Steph's only little, so they must have been exhausted and she was sunburnt and has nothing. Everything's at the bottom of the ocean. But she was bright, and I think what they'll do is stay there and just debrief and massage one another and talk it out and come home when they're ready. It's probably the best place for them. Yeah. But yeah, it'll be a huge hug. Yeah. It'll be a huge hug. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I did hear one of their friends saying yesterday as well that they know the water better than most. So it's such a relief they were found. And as you said, and that they're well, right? That they're in good spirits.
Look, they're both physically and mentally tough. They're very adventurous. They've both done surf lifesaving. And we like to think that they said, hey, we're in a bit of strife here, prepare ourselves. And I'm sure they would have gone, right, we've got surfboards, there are life vests, stick together. I admire Elliot, he's obviously gone, God, they're getting tired. I have to make a decision to try and get help. And that must have been a really tough decision. And I know they were both freaking out, not knowing what had happened to the other one. But the fact that they were reunited and all the mates were reunited, I mean, that's just that's a miracle.
Yeah, it really is.
And
Jill,
thank you to Peter Foote, who just went out of his way too.
Yeah, it was incredible. Jill and Wayne, we love you. We're so relieved for you. We're so happy for you. We can't wait to catch up with you when your beautiful girl returns. Thanks for joining us this morning. Appreciate it, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Australia. And
Don't cut them off. I mean, 37 hours on a surfboard. I can't stay on one for 2 seconds.
No, that's right.
Well, I'm glad you weren't out there, Carl. You would have been a hindrance.
We might have lost him.
Hey, I just think the world of you guys and Peter yesterday coming on our show and talking about it and getting the word out there. The best possible people came to help you, and it's a reflection of you two and Peter and all the love that everyone has for you guys as well. So thank you. It's just awesome.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh, my goodness. Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
That never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?
Always happens.